a special day today and special guests. And believe it or not, I'm one of the special guests. So we want to start off with a moment of silence for everyone. So let's have a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Now, it's election time, everybody. Help you make the change in Atlantic City. In order to do that, there's early voting, Tuesday, June the 3rd, to Sunday, June the 8th. Location of one voting place is at Karamba Hall, 15 North Georgia Avenue, Atlantic City, New Jersey. And the election day is Tuesday, June the 10th, 2025, at your local polling places. So we want everybody to engage and make a change this year, and the change is going to be the following. For Mayor of Atlantic City, Mayor Bob McDevitt, Safe Clean Streets, F1. You just press F1. And Council at Large candidates, Muhammad Akbar Hussein, G1. And of course, G2 is Steve Young. And we have Andra Kimbra Williams as G3. And vote the Safe Clean Streets team, because we are here and we're gonna go around so they're gonna tell you something about themselves, and then we're gonna go into some questions and answers from the audience, and you can actually call in, everybody. And what's that number? Is 609-641-8870. That's 609-641-8870. And please call in and get engaged, because it's about inclusion with this team. And we're not public servants. We are public servants, but we are not just the politicians and what you've been seeing and voting for years. This is a new light, and we are servants for you. In order to be servants for you, you have to get involved and be included. So without further ado, we always start with our female candidate that's running with us. And we have a very diverse team, and she's going to talk about that as well. First, we want to hear her talk about herself. Welcome, Andra Kimbra Williams.
Good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be here. As Brother Steve said, we have a diverse team out of Atlantic City running on the ballot this year. But a little about myself: I was born and raised in Atlantic City in the inlet area. I'm a mother of 2, grandmother of 7, and I am very engaged in the community in Atlantic City. I stay involved to be your voice, the voice for the voiceless. I am a member of the zoning board. I am active in council meetings, vocal in council meetings, the city stat meetings that is for the community. I have a degree in business administration. I can go on with a litany of things about myself, but the most important thing is I love Atlantic City. And that is why I'm running on this ticket, because we want to see better for Atlantic City. I've seen Atlantic City at its most vibrant time. I've been living there looking at the demise of Atlantic City. And now it is time for us to get back something. And in order to do that, we need your help to get out to the polls during this early voting, June the 3rd through the 8th. And if you need a ride, you can get a ride from our campaign. The number is 640-247-9298. Help us help you, as Brother Steve said. Get out the vote. Get out to vote for change for Atlantic City.
And you had heard it first here. And we have a campaign headquarters, everybody, and that's your office. As us as public servants, you have an office right now.
Yes.
And it's 300 Atlantic Avenue. That's where the old Lighthouse Apartments is. It's called Atlantic Apartments now. And we on Suite 101 on the ground floor. So it's right there on the corner, everybody. We're in the neighborhood. We're in the inlet because it's a new beginning. So we starting from the inlet and moving forward. But we've been knocking on a lot of doors, and you're going to hear a lot about what we've been doing. And I got to tell you something about myself before I introduce our mayor candidate, Bob McDevitt. Most of you know me from Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, right here on WEHA every Thursday. And I was here for about 7 years. And we want to thank the Hawks family for allowing us to be here, and thanks to Christian for being our engineer, because she made it happen. Because we had some calls come in sometime, and we get to those calls, she make it right. So we want to thank everybody for that. But I've been your public servant for years. I'm not one to talk about myself much, but I'll start off with being, I was on the planning board, which is my volunteer services, planning board for the city of Atlantic City. And I was there for even as a chairperson of the planning board. So I know what the plan is about Atlantic City. I know what direction we should be going. And also, I was a commissioner of Atlantic City Housing Authority. So a housing authority is Housing Authority and Redevelopment Agency. So I know about redevelopment. I traveled all over the country to see the redevelopment and see the housing in different cities. And I've been very helpful with assisting the residents of Stanley Homes Village. Not only Stanley Homes Village, but Atlantic City Housing Authority, about their rights, and training them on their rights and different things. And we had the HUD secretary of HUD, Scott Turner, come here and meet with the resident leaders, such as Section 8, scattered sites, high rises, and Stanley Homes Village and others. And that was a first. And he heard firsthand from the residents here. And that made history, everybody. For those who've been sitting down not doing nothing, there are people doing something. And if you always, some people say, oh, well, why am I doing so much? Because some people ain't doing nothing at all. I got to do their part. But I don't mind doing it, because I believe that's God-given talent to be here and do God's work and be a servant for the people. So I've also been a peacekeeper, training people in CPR, first aid, and proper way of handling people since 2011. And we've been in the Marina District, Stanley Homes, and all over the community, even on Georgia Avenue. Wherever we go, people see our presence, and most of the crime usually moves away. And we there first, most of the time before the police, but we don't get that credit. But in order to clean up the Atlantic City, people have to get involved and clean up your neighborhood. And we were training them to do that. And that's about self-improvement. So the peacekeepers, we've been since 2011, everybody. Now, without any funding from the government. So you can do things on your own and make it happen. Also, I volunteered with the United Nations. So I was able to meet kings and queens and ambassadors from all over the world and see what's going on throughout the nations, throughout the universe, everybody. So it is something that, I take for granted, but it's the talent and experience that I learned that I want to give back and continue to give back to Atlantic City. And I'm only running because this lady said, well, with what's going on in Washington all the way to here, and with all this indictments and all these things, we need hope. She said, when she said hope, I said, wow. And she said she's seen hope in what the things I've been doing. So, I've been saying for a while, we've been saying, now's the time to keep hope alive in 2025. So I'm going to end with some of that, and our next person that I'll bring on, and feel free to call and ask him some questions, because he don't mind. But again, our headquarters is 300 Atlantic Avenue. For a ride to the polls and transportation, you can call right now, because the polls are open. It opens starting the 3rd. It started from 10 a.m. in the morning to 8 p.m. in the evening, and you can go 640-247-9289. That's 640-247-9289, and you can call and get a ride right now. So that's what we're asking you to do. That's what you can do for us. You want a ride? Come get a ride and get your ride to the poll and vote for us. F1, G1, G2, and G3. Without further ado, Bob McDevitt.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate the time, and it's great to be here with Steve and Andra, and I know Akbar's coming soon. This is really a community project. I'm very happy to be on this team. I believe that this team will turn this city around in short order, because we're here for the right reasons, And we have partners on City Council as well who are waiting for us to get on there and get our elbows into that government and find out how things work and where we need to go to make the changes that are necessary. My name's Bob McDevitt. I've lived in Atlantic City off and on my entire life, but continuously since 1993 when I came back after I moved to Pleasantville. And I'm a lifelong resident of this island and proud of that. I have 6 children that 5 of whom I've raised. One who I'm raising right now is 5 years old. And, it gives you a certain perspective about the future when you have such a young child in your life. You really start thinking about the important things. And that's the reason why I decided to run. I ran Local 54 as the president with the help of many, many people who were generous and thought about the labor movement in Atlantic City, and got us through some major contracts with some giant corporations and some powerful people, including Carl Icahn and others. So, I've been out there in the big leagues talking to the people that on paper could buy or sell me or anyone in this room. And the reality is, when you are sitting across the table from someone, you need to demand respect, but you have to do it by earning it. And the issue in Atlantic City is that we don't have respect for law and order. We don't have respect for the streets. We don't have respect for the lighting of the city. Generally speaking, as much as I love Atlantic City, and I do, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be living here. I don't think my running mates would be living here either. You have to have a deep-seated love on the island, and that's the reason why I'm running. I stepped down as president of the union. I'm now running the pension fund for the International Union, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to bring sanity to which it really is a bit of a crazy situation here in Atlantic City. And I'm looking forward to talking to anyone who calls and answering any questions that come in.
Thank you very much. Again, the number is 609-641-8870, and bring it on. So one thing I want to ask a question, and we can go around with that, is that how's the feeling in the community as you walk through the community? I'll start with Andre. What are the people saying, and how do you feel about what they're saying?
Let me start off by answering how they're feeling. They are disgusted. They are disheartened. They are fed up with the things that are going on in Atlantic City. They do not feel that it's clean. They do not feel that it's safe. They're fed up with living in a city that does not care about them and their well-being and their quality of life. How do I feel about it? I am disgusted. I am heartbroken. I'm frustrated. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's why I have stood up for the people to make a difference, to do something about it. You hear others talk about, oh, the city is clean. Well, I beg to differ. When you can walk down Atlantic Avenue and smell urine, I don't think that's a clean city. When you walk down Atlantic Avenue and you have to step over people, I don't envision that as being a clean city. I don't envision that as being safe. When you walk down Atlantic Avenue and you have to walk through clouds of the smell of marijuana, I don't think that is safe for everyone. So those are some of the things that I feel the people have expressed about living in Atlantic City and why they have become discouraged in our campaign, in our walk while we've been campaigning.
And again, you can vote today all the way to Sunday the 8th, And the location in Atlantic City is Caramba Hall, 15 North Georgia Avenue, Atlantic City, New Jersey. And if you want to ride to the polls, 640-247-9289. We have a campaign headquarters on 300 Atlantic Avenue, Suite 101. And so we have another candidate that's here, our other teammate, and we would like for him to say a little bit about himself. And I want him to answer the question, how do you feel about when we've been walking, what people are saying to you? So without further ado, Muhammad Akbar Hussein, G1 on the ballot.
Thank you, Steve. My name is Muhammad Akbar Hussain. Actually, I born in Bangladesh and I've been living in Atlantic City last 27 years. And last few years, especially last 10 years, I saw is a lot of changes. This city is everything is going down. Instead of changing for proper way, is not going that way. Is like opposite way is running. So that's make me to change my mind and to run this position. And this city is it was the good all over, but now I see is street is not clean. Our city is not safe, and the people are not feeling well because of the way the city's administration is running. Because as our especially current mayor is the only thing about me and me. So we have to change the city because of a better city, because of to make this city one of the best city in the United States. We have to step up. It's all of our responsibility. We got the best team now. It will change the city next 4 years. It will be one of the best city. The team we have, including Stephen Young, Andre Williams, and myself, and one of the great leader who has been working for the community, working for the American people. 27 years he dedicated his time as a local 54 president. He has a lot of knowledge. He knows everything about this city. So with his leadership, we'll change the city. Will make this city one of the best city in the United States.
And I'm going to be asking the hard questions. Everybody know that's how I am. That's right. So the other question is, tell them a little bit about the services that you've been doing without the title of being a council person. You've been doing a service to the community. Tell the people about that.
Right. You said it's right. I'm a president of Bangladesh American Lions Club, and also I'm a journalist. I'm a press club president, Atlantic City Bangladesh American Press Club president, and I have been serving for the community. I've been doing their all the tax advising, all the immigration advising, and helping them for applying for the food stamps, social security. Especially the people come from the different country. They have a lot of barriers. They have language barriers. They have so many issues. They cannot talk with the other community people the way they're supposed to talk. So even though, just you said, I don't have any designation. I don't have any. I'm not holding anything. But still, I've been helping last 25 years Atlantic City community. Now, we like to work with rest of the community, make this city a better place for every one of us.
Thank you very much. And that was Muhammad Akbar Hussein, and he's G1 on our ballot with safe, clean streets. Now, we're going to ask Bob McDevitt that question. How do you feel about, and what are the people are saying about, as we was walking in the street and talking to businesses? Tell the audience about what you've been hearing and whatnot.
Well, from the first door we hit, which was in Busby Village, what struck me was that I thought we were going to get a lot of pushback. I thought we were getting a lot of embedded kind of dedication from the residents of the current administration And what I found was that, and I think my running mates agree, we were more than pleasantly surprised at the reception we had at the door.
Mhm.
It took us, I think, 3 trips to Busby Village just to hit it fully, because we did a lot of conversation at those doors. People wanted to talk,
Mhm.
and we were there to listen because they're our neighbors. We live in the same community, and the anger about the mismanagement of the city, the anger about just the callousness of the administration was just pushed me back the first couple times because I wasn't expecting it to be that visceral, and
Yeah.
it was. Moving on to the other 5 wards, because that's in the 6th ward, it was universal, and I felt after about 2 or 3 weeks of knocking doors and talking to people, I realized that there was a systemic dislike for what's going on in Atlantic City, and it transcends race,
Yep.
language, religion. It didn't matter. What matters here in Atlantic City today is you have good people on one side, and it doesn't matter what color of skin they wear, where they go to church or the mosque, or none of that matters. They're the good people. And the people on the other side have been eating the sinew and the marrow and the bone of this city, and really just trying to take everything out that they can and give absolutely nothing back to the community. And that got me enraged enough to want to run. And that's why I'm here today.
Thank you. Another question, a lot of people are asking is, what you gonna do about it? We know what the problems are, and you got to know what the problems are in order to know the solutions to it. So I'm going to start off with Bob McDevitt. What do you think is the solutions to the problems? And I'm going to name a few of them. The abuse of authority, the character that Atlantic City looks like right now to the public everywhere, the streets, the bumpy streets, the stores, the hanging out on Atlantic Avenue and all night long, these type of things. The things that you see, what solutions you're talking about?
Well, I mean, you touched on the core of this, because people can talk about big projects and building things, and we've had groundbreaking ceremonies for the last, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and nothing's been built. It's all a shimmy and a shake. That's all it is. The people who have been running this city into the ground have been trying to demonstrate that they're trying to change the city by putting up grand openings of things that never open. And I think that just speaks to the disingenuous nature of this administration that runs this city. If you can't have a city that you can walk around, and you can't have a city where you don't have filth everywhere in the public square, it doesn't matter what you do to the city. It's never going to take root. It's just gonna die on the vine, and it'll wait for someone else to do the right thing. And I believe that we are the people that are going to do the right thing, because we are not. We're not impressed with rich people. We're not impressed with powerful people. We think the powerful people are on the street of Atlantic City. The people who live in Atlantic City, the people that care about Atlantic City, they're the ones with the power because they have a vote. And that vote is happening now. It's going to happen right up until Tuesday. That vote is going to dislodge this administration, which has just been under a cloud of corruption and mismanagement and lack of leadership, really, in spite of all the self-aggrandizing chest pounding about how great things are. I love the city in spite of all its problems. What I love most is where we're going to take this city into the future, because the past is in front of us, and the way I read the calendar, in 6 months there's going to be a new administration and a new leadership, and we're just going to make the decisions that make sense, because that's how you fix things.
Now, you were listening to Bob McDevitt, candidate for mayor, and the reason why I got involved with this in the first place, other than seeing hope, like the lady said, when I spoke to you, and we talked about, the things you've done for the working poor for 20-something years. And being that type of businessman and being at the table with different developers and different unions and owners from all over the world, I said, wow, it's ideal to be on the CRDA board, Casino Reinvestment and Development Authority, to represent the community on the business level with your experience that you have dealing with people. And I haven't seen that in a long time. So, to see that, that's a major plus that I've seen as well as my family seen, and everybody. That's why they voted for you, because they've seen that and they see us as a team working together to make things better. Andra Williams, Kimber Williams, G3. I'm calling numbers. Bingo. Tell us what you observed also about your experiences that you have, the talents that you have. How would you like to share them with the community? You've been serving the community for a while, but how could you serve them as a candidate for council at large in Atlantic City? Because if you're talking about the entire community.
I guess the way to sum it up is the nurturing, the mothering aspect of embracing family, knowing what is needed in a healthy city that will benefit the family. We have so many young people living in Atlantic City that graduate high school, go away to college, but do not want to return to Atlantic City to give back. And one of the things that I really would love to see in being a part of the council is to get more of the residents involved in their vision for Atlantic City. They're the ones that make up the city. They're the ones that live there. So how can we create a city and not include the people that we're creating it for? We need to have more community involvement in knowing what the full plan is. They can say, yes, council meeting is open to the public, but the people don't come to hear about what the plan is that the city has. But whose plan is it that you're putting before the people? You haven't had a town hall meeting to invite the residents in to say, this is what we would like to see. What is your opinion of it? And then when you do hear from the residents or the citizens of Atlantic City cry out, we need a supermarket, but you have a false hope by digging a shovel in the ground and a supermarket never come. For years, we've been crying, we need a supermarket, but we still don't have it. So me being that voice for the voiceless, going to city stat meetings when there's a problem on the street and people can't get there, but being concerned enough to voice their concern. Me attending the council meetings, when a resident come to me, they come to me now, like you said, as a public servant. They trust my opinion when they come to me and say, Sister Andra, my church family, they're giving us tickets because our grass is not cut, or X, Y, and Z. What can we do about it? Come to the council meeting, express your concerns because the directors are there, and I'll go with you. So those are the things that I bring to the table to continue to be involved with the residents of Atlantic City one-on-one, 1st Ward through the 6th Ward, and help be that voice to bring their concerns to the forefront.
Right. Good answer. And that was, again, that was G3, Andra Kimber Williams, and she's on a ticket with us. We see a lot of people in authority. It's very abusive, threatening. There's been people having hearings to get rid of John Devlin. He's on the water department, school department. and here it is in school board. And he was helping and speaking up for the voiceless. And they retaliated with him so bad to get people around administration that says you got to vote to get rid of this man. What's the thinking of the people that wants to help somebody to do something wrong to somebody that's volunteering their position? So the question is, what do you think is the thought of that, Bob, of the people mentality that want to look the other way and be with people that they know is doing wrong?
Well, I don't want to crawl too deep into a mind that thinks like that because you come back scarred and you need a bath. Okay? These are not just generic kind of people that are running this city. These are people who operate within the veil of evil. I think these people are evil. I think what they've done to the city, the way they've taken everything from the city that the city had, I think is an act of evil perpetrated on the residents of this city. And I believe that the four of us and our three partners who are already on council, I think that once we are sworn in, you are going to see changes that are rapid. First, we have to have an audit. We got to find out the last 5 years where the money is, where the money isn't, and where it went. and then we need to start from there, because there's no reason for us to take on the mistakes of the prior administration and own them unless we decide to. Some things, there may be a few things that this administration did well. I'm not sure what it is, because as a resident living in the fifth ward, or on the fifth and fourth ward boundary, it changes every time there's a redistricting. Sometimes I'm on the fifth ward, sometimes I'm in the fourth ward. But in Ducktown, we don't even know what city services are. And it's not the city workers' fault. It's the people that administrate the cleaning of the city, the people that administrate, the street lights, it's rampant all over the city. Street lights are not replaced. Now, it's not just the city who is responsible for street lights. Some of it is the casinos, they have lights. Some of it is other entities. But at the end of the day, this is a dark town at night. It's very dark in many, many places. And it's abandoned. I mean, you go down Atlantic Avenue, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, most of the store owners are shut because they don't, first of all, they're not allowed to stay open late, so they get closed early, which is not fair to them either. Your business owners have to be able to sell their wares when they think that that's the best time to do it. We can't legislate that. As long as it doesn't interrupt the fabric of the community, people have a right to make money too, and it doesn't make them a bad person.
Thank you. Akbar Hussein, G1. The ethnic community, the Asian community, and whatnot, even the Hispanic community, we don't see them too much in government and environment, but we kind of see them in the background and being used by an administration with threats and intimidation. How do you feel about that, and what do you think it needs to be done to solve that?
I think this. If I give you one answer, we need a new team.
I like that answer.
That's right.
Because of the team you just mentioned earlier is abusive. Abusing start from home, and once you cannot take care of your family, how are you going to take care of the city? How are you going to take care of the whole country? How are you going to serve the rest of the people? That's most important, because we are learning everything from our family.
Yes.
So we have to fix it. And I think all four of us working, and we are the family people. We are taking care of our kids very well. We are handling those steps. Now we step up to handle our city. And South Asian community is only few people who get the benefits. They are working for current administration. Rest of the people, they don't even like to hear about it, because it's them. They see the situation is going worse. Everything almost. If he just mentioned earlier, Darktown, starting from Darktown area to all the way down to Albany Avenue, the street is broke all over the place. People cannot even drive. People come from different states. People come from Europe, Asia. They know this is one of the best city. They like to enjoy their life. They like to walk around, and there is no lights. They like to walk around on a boardwalk. They are scared because of after 6 o'clock is nobody walking there, and also beside this, get a smell from all over the place. On I think it's a 40 store already licensed for a whole city. So those things has to be stopped. We have to make this city better place for every one of us, not for one person, not for specific group of people. So we have to work together with all the communities, and we have been talking with different Indian communities, Bangladeshi communities, Spanish communities. All these people, they're saying they are disconnected because of administration never tell them anything. What's going on in the city, nobody knows. So we have to bring everybody together. That's the person we have, who is Bob McDavid. He knows how to handle. He handled already 15,000 people.
Yes.
Now he has to handle 20,000 people. That's only things he has to do. So he is the man for the mayor, and we have a best team. I would request all of you to vote for the team, and we'll bring the changes. We'll make this make your city, not for only one person's city. Thank you.
Okay. And again, we're Safe Clean Streets team. For more information and transportation to the polls, call 640-247-9289. And the candidates to vote for is Bob McDevitt for mayor, F1, and you have a choice. The other person and Bob McDevitt and Councilor Lodge candidates, you can vote for 3. And we're saying vote for the first 3. G1, Muhammad Akbar Hussein, Steve Young, G2, and Andra Kimber, G3. You don't have to go no further than 1, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as that. It's almost down the road. So we're saying we want your support. And again, we have a headquarters, 300 Atlantic Avenue. But, something you brought up, Akbar, is about enforcement. Because it's like a selective enforcement, and when I say selective enforcement, when it comes to the abuse and the neglect and abuse of your authority, as the mayor been doing, I mean, how can the state or anybody keep allowing somebody that committing crimes right there on the street in front of your face, smacking the phone out of people's hand, cussing them out, terroristic threats, using the police to surround people's houses? These type of things. Then the police, he has been indicted, and they have a nerve to be, supporting him, endorsing him. And it's like you're endorsing someone that's been indicted and a criminal. At the same time, you want to stop the crime, and then you expect the young people is looking at this. They say, well, wow, this is a role model towards criminal activity in our city. Is the way it is. So, the question is I have is for everybody is, how do we, I know we as a team, we're going to change the image overnight. I mean, there's no question, Bob, you bring the quality of character, like,
we all do
like,
that.
like
the whole
it
team
don't
does.
exist.
I think that's what's important, Steve, not to cut you off, but look, it was a circuitous route that the 4 of us found each other.
You're right.
If you had taken a snapshot 6 months ago, you wouldn't have seen any of us in the room, except for me.
You're right.
Out in the wilderness trying to find. And we had a couple great people, and then they had to step down. And there was a period of time when there was a little bit of despair because I believe in a team.
Right.
You will never see me as the mayor say me, I. It's that word is not in my vocabulary because it's a community effort. When I was the president of Local 54, I was privileged to serve the members of Local 54 to the best of my ability. Did I ever make a mistake? Absolutely. I made mistakes. But I made mistakes because I was trying to do the right thing.
Right.
And that's a difference. What we have here with this team, what I'm so proud of and I'm so humbled by, is that people of this character want to be part of this team. And I know throughout the community, my running mates are respected. They're respected by the people that I respect, not by the bums. You know, we're not worried about them. We're not here to hurt them. We're not here to badmouth them. But if you, and I've said this 100 times, if you like what you have, you know what to do. Vote yes. Vote for them. But if you really want substantive change, fundamental change in the direction and the focus of this city, this team and the three current council people who I believe are going to be our partners, we will change this city in very short order because we'll be making decisions based upon what's best for the city and the residents, and not the business people, not these self-proclaimed community leaders, not people that live down beach, off the island, somewhere else, pulling strings, telling people what to do. We're going to be successful because we're going to be with the people and they're going to be with us, and I'm convinced about that. And that's why I'm so excited about having these running mates.
Thank you very much for that, Rob. And that's true because in the word community is unity.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot have the unity without the community. And you can't do that with an I. It has to be with a team.
Common unity.
And we definitely have that team, and we have a lot in common. And that's all Atlantic City has to do.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the grudges and find out what we have in common with each other and use that God-given talent to improve Atlantic City. But if you I, it's not going to work with just I. There's no I in team. And someone that say they know about sports, they should know that. So we've been really in a nice huddle as this team, and talking about the issues. And it's in the supermarket. I mean, we're still a food desert. They honored a great woman today, Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver. And it kind of saddened me. I felt the spirit of because her family was there. But material things was one thing. But she was always about doing something about this food desert. They say the residents are dying here because they don't have a healthy market to eat. So I know she would have loved to see a ribbon cutting for a supermarket with fruits and vegetables for everybody. And with the amount of money that was spent for where it's at right now. Because you would have been able to go in there and touch a part of her through the fruit, the vegetables, the food. You would have been saying, Sheila, why? You know what I'm saying? Oliver, those type of things. So it's other things that make sense. And some of it's like common sense instead of looking at, I did this, I built this. And look whose money you're using. And that's one thing we haven't talked about. But it's been over $16 million from COVID money that was supposed to have been to stabilize our community, that someone used it as their personal cash register for parks, for this, and saying they was proving this and building this. But that's like there's a word they say, putting lipstick on a pig. Lipstick on the pig. He's still a pig. It's still dirty. It's still filth. But you put lipstick on it. so that's just like, some people, when you go visit the jail and you go to the school, they start painting the walls because they know you're coming. Well, it's election time. And you're using our money. So when that money run out, people going to say, well, where the money went? It was like a cash register for a vote. Yeah. And it's using it through people. Look, you vote for me, I'm going to get you a raise. You vote for me, I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you a new fire station. I'm going to rebuild this. Police station, I'm going to promote you.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be called pay to play. But I guess it's like I said, it's selective enforcement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no one should be above the law when it comes to abusing our children, abusing your power of authority, and using our money to abuse our funding.
Correct.
You know, and in the way it looks right now. And if you was abusing it and it looked and the streets was half good, if you was abusing it and we had a supermarket, if you was abusing it and our children had seen some future, that's different.
Because you wouldn't even notice that you were abusing it because you're looking at the good things that we've received from.
Exactly. So I wanted to bring that up because Lieutenant Sheila Oliver today they did the ribbon cutting and all the dignitaries from the county, state, and everybody was there. But you know the way we kind of looked at it, and I talked to some people that was there, even some of the homeless people, because they had food. Everybody had food free, food trucks. Election time, come get your food truck.
Yeah.
And one of the elected, and one of the state representatives says, "Marty, we vote for you." Now, if that wasn't a political rally, I don't know what else it was. But the bottom line, what I'm saying is that no one should be above the law and abuse of funding of a city, and for them to say I, and when it's about us, and the community. So with that, I guess now this is a good part about nobody called, so this is a record-breaking time. That means we said everything right. Because we gave you the opportunity, 609-641-8870. So I guess we was answering all the questions. I guess I asked the right questions.
Yes.
Because I left nothing unturned, did I? If I did, it's y'all turn to answer. In the last few minutes we have left, I would like to say, giving the honor to God for this radio station first.
Yes.
This team, this team that we've been working with. And I would just want to say we got to give shout outs to Tracy Thompson, that's our campaign manager, Brother Muir, and especially Raheem Harris, who's been out there in the field, making it happen. And we had others that was with us. And you know who you are. We always say, if you can't take the heat now in this kitchen, how are you going to take the heat in the street?
That's right.
Because it's hot out there.
That's right.
And it's going to get a lot hotter. So I'm glad we have the solutions. And I just want to, Andra, I want you to say some last words to the listening audience.
Okay. And I just want to acknowledge, Brother Steve, the young people who have been by your side.
Impressive.
Throughout this campaign. My grandson, the young man that spoke when we were at Inlet Towers not too long ago. It is so very, very, very important to get our young people involved that they may exercise their right to vote when they become of age. What we're doing now, setting this ground, is we're laying the soil so that it can be fertile for them to grow. So to my grandson Nehemiah, the teenagers, the first voters, my grandchildren voted for the first time in our election.
Yes.
So that made me proud. But the most important thing I just want to leave with the listeners, get out and vote. Your voice does matter. Your one vote can make that difference and tip that scale. And just keep our young people encouraged and standing by our side. We must be mentors to them, male and female, to let them know that they do have a hope in a future.
Thank you. And that was Andra Kimbrough Williams, and she's G3 and Safe Clean Streets, and make sure you vote for G3. Now I'm going to take you all the way to Muhammad Akbar Hussain, who is G1.
Thank you, Steve. I will say it's time. It's your time. If you make a mistake, you will fall in behind 4 years. This city is gonna be one of the worst city in United States. You have to decide now to hope alive. So change change your mind. If you didn't change your mind yet, this is the time. Go for voting places and vote for McDavid and his team. We'll bring everything together. We'll plan for you, with you. We'll sit down with the community's people. We'll work for you, and we'll make a great city for all of us. We will not say it's a good day for me. It has to be good day for every one of us. So decide yourself today and vote for McDavid and his team, Andrew Williams and Stephen Young, Mohammed Hossain, and the mayor Bob McDavid.
Thank you very much. Again, that was Muhammad Akbar Hussein, and he's G1, Safe Clean Streets, on the ballot. Now we're going to ask Bob McDavid to say some last words for the listening audience.
Well, thank you. And again, thank you for your time. And those who are listening, thank you for listening and let us go on and on about our program. And that's okay, because I know from doing a lot of radio over my lifetime, public, this kind of stuff, that when it's open to people to call in and they don't, it means they're listening. It means they're listening.
Good point.
I think people are hungry for the truth. And they don't want to talk about, we don't always talk about negative things, but we all know that our city is in free fall. We all know that we need to repair the streets. We know that we need the streets to be lit. We know that in order to get this city spruced up for people to actually put money into it by employing more people other than cannabis dispensaries, which I still, in my mind, I do not understand why people think if a city of liquor stores didn't save Atlantic City, how does adding cannabis dispensaries to that mix going to save the city? It doesn't. We need to provide the residents with the tools to be successful in the city that they live in. And as it stands right now, that's not happening. And I know that my partners and myself and Maria Laka and Jesse Kurtz and Latoya Dunstan, the six of us are going to change the fabric of this city. You have never had a diverse group like this. And I mean diverse, not just with the color of your skin or the language you speak or where you worship God or whether you don't worship God. I mean, we have a diversity of thought.
Yes.
And we're all, what binds us is we're committed to the betterment of our city.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you. My last words will be very brief. It's a pleasure again to be back here, and thank you all as a team, and thank our listening audience, especially, like you said, our young people, because they have been involved with this campaign. And they voted for the first time, some of them 22, 24 years old, because they see a future in us. And that means a lot. So for information and transportation to the polls, you can call 640-247-9289. Help us help you make the change. Early voting, you can vote now.
Yeah.
And you go to Karamba Hall, 15 North Georgia Avenue, and you can also vote now today, which is the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And election day is Tuesday, June the 10th, and this is how you vote. When you vote early and you vote, period, you vote for the mayor candidate, Bob McDavid, F1, council at-large candidates, Muhammad Akbar Hussein, G1, Stephen Young, G2, Andra Kimbrough Williams, G3. And I want to end with this, we have been a very positive in this campaign. There's been a lot of negative things thrown at us.
Yeah.
So if anyone want to throw any negative or want to talk to us, talk to us.
Yes.
We're the type, we're in the community, we ain't got nothing to hide, and I'm sure we could find something in common out of our conversation, but we got to have the conversation.
Yeah.
So don't backbite, don't backslide, call us up.
Don't backstab.
640-247-9289. 8289, because we're your public service. Only way we can service you, we got to talk to you. We got to see you. We want you to ask the hard questions to us. So now to the election day, if you find a reason that you don't want to vote for us, please let us know. Please let us know, because we already know why you want to vote.
Yeah.
But if you feel that you're in between and you haven't decided yet at this hour, because now's the time.
Yes.
You have a choice, and you have a choice to ask us any questions. And I'm going to say it again, our headquarters, 300 Atlantic Avenue, and that's Suite 101, ground floor. I want to thank Kristen for being here. She's beautiful. She made it happen, everybody. And we're here at WEHA Radio, the Hawks family. Want to thank them. We've lost a lot of people along the way. We want to, and we may lose some more. And we want to continue to pray for this community. Because one thing, when we was having the barbershop talks, it was like, Atlantic City needs prayer.
Yes.
And to hear that from the barbershop talks, and because barbershop talks, you can say what you want. Everything's open-minded. So it ended with, when we was there to meet and greet at the barbershop talks, that Atlantic City need prayer. And that's what kept that barbershop open all those years. And when that hit us, we said, that's the spirit that we need. And the name of that barbershop is Just Cutting Up. And I know we've been cutting up today. So we want to thank you, and special thanks to owners there, and all the barbers and the community there, because it was very special to us. But again, we're going to end with this. You can vote now and go to Karamba Hall, and it's at 15 North Georgia Avenue, Atlantic City. And for rides to the poll or any other information, you can call us at 640-247-9289. And again, for Mayor, Bob McDevitt, F1, Council Lodge candidates, Muhammad Akbar Hussein, G1, Stephen Young, G2, Andre Kimbrough Williams, G3, and we thank you very much, and God bless you.